And so you have to learn to respond and not react. Say it with me. Respond, not react. Hey y'all. Okay, so let's just get started. I watched Wallo's interview with Shannon Sharp, and these are my takeaways. This was my first time like ever watching anything of his, like for real, like all the way through. And I really enjoyed it, and I took some notes. It was 2 hours long, so just for the people who don't want to sit there for 2 hours, I got some notes for you. Number one, he spoke about, in quotes, revenge is king. The black man is willing to die about that ego. That's very real. And it's not only about black men, it's also just about people in general. That ego, really gotta check that ego at the door. Just in general, like a lot of people have so much pride, bro. And that is really killing you. It's killing y'all. He said something about like, you know, if you hit me and people saw it, I can't let you go about this shit. You gotta die. It sounds funny, but like this is actually like dead ass. I remember watching One of Them Days, Issa Rae's movie with Keke Palmer and SZA, and the ghetto girl with the big booty, essentially she had got caught in an embarrassing moment and everybody was laughing at her, recording her, and that enraged her even more. Like I honestly feel like she wouldn't have been so pressed on getting revenge if people were not recording her and laughing at her in her face. Like I felt so bad for her when that happened. Really check your pride. Shit happens to everybody. You don't win every battle. You're not gonna win every battle. It's okay. Take it as a learning lesson and move on. Trying to prove yourself to people who do not care about you. This is a big thing. I always tell people, you are not the priority of anybody's life. You are not the main character of anybody's life. I am my own main character. You are your own main character. At most 15 minutes they talk about you and then they move on. Something else happens. I feel like when you remember that, you're able to, let's go back to that ego point, to relinquish some of that pride. People don't care about you as much as you think they do. They really don't care about you. Just think about yourself. Do you care about people that much? Like, are you really thinking about this person that much? Oh shit, that's crazy that happened to this person. Damn, like they fell out, da-da-da. In 10 minutes, are you still thinking about them? You're not. And it's the same way for other people with you. Ain't nobody think about you, honestly. Next point he talked about was having yes men around you. Bro, I always talk about this for real because I've never been a yes man. It's really important to have people around you who will tell you the truth. These people don't mean Drake's people, they don't tell him the truth. Kind people, they don't tell him the truth. But this is the person that you need. This is the person that you need. A real friend will tell you the truth for you to improve. Anybody who's letting you wallow away and staying the same and not improving, that's not your friend. That's not somebody who actually loves you. Stand by the truth no matter who's against you. God is the truth at the end of the day. Now, there's ways to say the truth. You can't just open your mouth. No, there's certain ways to say it, but I'm gonna always say the truth. And it doesn't matter who's behind me because it's the truth. The truth doesn't need a entourage. The truth is the truth. And you have to stand on it. And also, they always come back. And you're that friend who is honest with people, that they tell the hard truth. That friend will, even if they want to be mad at you, whatever, they always come back because you're right. They always come back. Shannon Sharp was asking him about like, you know, how does him and Gilly, like how do they relate? Like how are they able to, you know, work together with family? It's hard, blah, blah, blah. And Wallo said, I know my role. That's the big one. I know my role. Everybody has a different part to play. You see our body, we have eyes, lips, nose, hands, fingers, even our teeth. We have different teeth for different reasons. Everybody has a part to play. Issue comes when people are trying to play somebody else's part. This is not your part. And you can't do my part as well as I can do my part. No one is bigger than the group. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. They're coming to see the group. And we see where David Ruffin life ended at, all that ego. Something I noticed, like a little extra I noticed about Wallo was that he was always giving props to people who helped him, people who were part of his team, people that helped him along his journey. And he was saying names, which I love. I actually love that. Those little things, everyone want to compete with each other when we're supposed to eat with each other. I was doing this so many times while watching the interview. It comes from, I want to be better. I want to be on top over you. I want to be better than you. Why? We're different. We're in completely two different lanes. Like, there is no you're better than me because we're different. That stems from an insecurity thing. What I noticed too is a lot of y'all don't be fighting back. Fight back. Fight back. Fight them demons back. For real. Like, fight that spirit. Fight that evil spirit. Fight that insecurity. You know, fight it back. You don't have to succumb just because the feeling comes in. That doesn't mean that it's yours. You don't have to claim that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to claim it. Work on that sense of self and knowing who you are. That's the only thing I highlighted. Relationships are worth more than money. I'm gonna say it again. Relationships are worth more than money. He spoke about this heavily. If you have a relationship, you'll never be without, essentially. You know, we always hear the struggling artist story or the struggling rapper story. Oh, I stayed with this person. I was on this person's couch, this person. Because they had that relationship, they were able to stay with them, and those people supported them in that way. Y'all really have to learn how to keep relationships. And I do think I'm going to talk more about this on this channel. I'm good at keeping relationship. I'm not going to lie to you. I probably have at least 9 friends, close friends, at least. And I've known them all for at least 10 years each. Some is like 20 something years. Learn how to keep relationship. Life is all, we're dealing with humans every day. We're not dealing with robots, at least it's not yet. You know, we're not conversing with animals. You know what I'm saying? We're conversing with humans. So you have to learn how to keep relationship. It's so important. It's so important. You know who somebody is today, but you don't know who they'll be tomorrow. Now, I'm not telling you to use people just to try to get to the next level, whatever, but just be cool. Some people are crazy and you do need to get them out your life. On to next, because I could stay on there forever. Next point. I love interviews, and I love them because it's literally free advice. Like, in life, we're supposed to learn from other people's mistakes, other people's wins, and use that so that we don't have to go through what they went through. So that we can have, you know, a shorter distance to our success, to our greatness. It's a great tool. A lot of situations that a lot of people are in, you shouldn't even be in that. You really, because I'm pretty sure your mama went through it. I'm pretty sure your sister went through it. Your brother went through it. You saw this person in this movie go through it. Y'all really only be doing yourself, like, for real. Like, learn a lesson. Why do you have to go through it? Why do you have to go to jail to learn that you shouldn't be doing that? Why? You've now wasted 15 years of your life. Wallo also said in the quote, people who come back from the penitentiary get more love from the community than people who come back from college. This was a big thing before he even went to jail and getting into the illegal criminal armed robbery, whatever, was because he would just see how the people would exalt and praise the criminals, the drug dealers, things like that. But the person who's working 9 to 5, making an honest living, nobody sees them, nobody regards them, nobody hails them. But I do notice, even in movies and real life, a lot of times you see people who come home from jail and it's like a big deal. It's like a huge thing, big meech, whatever, right? We see tours and concerts, full-on concerts, all kinds of stuff. But like maybe the Howard medical school graduating class, we don't see that. When he finally did get caught and go to jail for armed robbery, he had been robbing. He had been doing small robberies here and there, and he was not getting caught, so he kept on going. Every day for the thief, one day for the owner. That one day that you're caught, every single thing that you've been doing, you're going to pay for that. He literally went to jail at 17 and didn't leave till he was 37. That's 20 years. You know, when he was getting away with the robberies, he thought he was invincible. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to that ego, that pride. Sin warps your mind. Pride warps your mind. It warps what you see. It warps what you hear. Who are you to think that you can't get? You ain't no superhuman. Who are you to think that you won't get caught? Like, why do you think you're special? Mom always says she hated. She's crazy. She said, I hate a girl that thinks she's special. That is so funny. And it's funny because we're always women. We're taught to feel like, you know, we're special, Cinderella, that kind of stuff. You ain't special. I mean, we're special, but like, you're no different than anybody else. Everybody's walking around with the same blood in their veins. So what makes you think that you can do A, B, and C and not reap A, B, C, D, E, F, G, D, E, and F? You have to be careful about the seeds that you plant. Whatever seed you plant, that is what you're going to reap. I don't know why is it so hard for people to understand? If you're constantly aggressive, you're constantly talking about people, you're constantly mean, you think you're gonna have positive energy around you? What he learned when he got out of prison was that it's actually more people in prison than in actual prison. Their minds aren't expanded. Their minds are in bondage, which is real. The Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. We don't have understanding of what's really going on, of who God really is, of who we really are, of our full potential. We've been conditioned and we've been programmed, which Wallo kept on talking about, which is facts. And the great thing about a program is you can reprogram at any time. You can it's just like a computer or our phones having the updates all the time. My people reprogram. He spoke about white success versus black success. When white people are successful, they say, oh, he's so smart. When black people are successful, they say he sold his soul. That was so funny to me because it's so true. And all that stems from conditioning, lack of knowledge, lack of wisdom. We don't believe it's possible as a race. And I'm guilty of this sometimes. But what did I say? You have to reprogram. Anything's possible with God. It is possible. You put in that work, you put your head on, you do that hard work. It may not come when you want it, but it's gonna come. It may not come when you want it. It may not come the way you want it, but it's going to come. Anytime you have like a negative thought, like, oh, it's not gonna happen, you have to cast that shit out, G. You gotta cast it out. You have to immediately replace it with a truth. Going back to the beginning of this video, a truth. What is the truth? Yeah, anytime that something is telling you that it's impossible, say, no, it is possible. You have to retrain your mind to think positive thoughts. Wallo said that when he got back home from jail, that Gilly asked him, yo, are you done? Are you tired yet? Love this question. He essentially was telling him, like, are you ready to get serious? Like, are you ready to buckle down and really get this shit together? We really have to stop playing with our life. Like, you only have so much time. You only have so much grace, especially when we're young. You know what I'm saying? And you could do it. You could reclaim your life at any age. We always see all these posts talking about Vera Wang was 53 when she started her business, or KFC started when he was 62. You know, so you can reclaim your life at any time. But wouldn't you want to reclaim it earlier when you're able to do more? Anybody can go to school at any age. And you should always be learning. To me, I feel like if you stop learning, you might as well just die. But you should always be learning something. Somebody going to school at 25 is different from somebody going to school at 75. They still gonna go to school, but the speed at which the 25-year-old has is gonna be different from the 75-year-old. So let's stop playing. Like, I'm talking to myself as well. You see, that's why I'm even on here, to be honest. Like, let's just do. Let's just do. The takeaways that he said at the end of the interview, he had like 6 points. First one was learn how to communicate. Oh my God, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I'm gonna do a separate video about this because I wholeheartedly believe in communication. Wow. And I honestly think that is why I have maintained so many relationships. Learn how to communicate. It's important. It's important. Oh my gosh, it's so important. 2, everything will not go your way, and you have to be okay with it. You have to accept it. Everything's not meant for you. You don't know everything. If something doesn't go my way, I automatically say it wasn't meant to happen. That's not like, oh my God, obviously, maybe if I ever do, maybe for like a split second I might say that, but then I quickly reframe my mind. It obviously wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't for me. This is happening for my good. Figure out why it wasn't enough. Figure out why it didn't go your way. What can you learn from that situation? Number 3, he said, move around. The world is your playground, so go play. I love the word move around. Move around. And that's also for me as well, because I've been in the same city for like my whole life. Taking that leap to go somewhere else, the fear is there, but God did not give us a spirit of fear. So we have to know, like, okay, that's coming from the enemy, that's coming to delay me, that's coming to make me stagnant. The world really is our playground. Who the F said you can't live in Scandinavia? Who told you that? What? Because you're not white? Who told you that? You can be anywhere you want to be in regards to the law. You know how some people have like seasonal depression in the winter time and things like that? Do you know there's people who love the snow, who love the winter? It's made for them. Alaska was made for them. Minnesota was made for them. All these places, Chicago was made for them. But I feel like the people who get seasonal depression, to me, it shows that like you should be living somewhere that is sunny all the time, because that's made for you. We need to start being honest with who we are, what fulfills you. We all know what makes us happy, and not like lustly things or superficial things, like real things like that money cannot buy. You know what I'm saying? That is what we need to focus on. So move around. The world is our playground. We have authority over this whole world. Okay, I can go wherever I please within reason. Okay, number 4, save your money, save your money, save your money. Number 5, work on yourself. Really get that self-improvement. I'm not gonna lie. If you ain't doing no self-improvement, I really don't want you around me, like dead ass, because you're only gonna hold me back. We need to improve ourselves. We need to be getting better and better and better. Like I said, we need to be learning. And if you ain't learning, why are you still here? Yeah. And then number 6 was get out your mama house. I feel like when he was saying it, he was talking to men, preferably, but women can be included too. He said you need to get your own and explore. That's how you're able to know more about yourself, learn who you are, what you like, things like that. When you keep yourself in this small box, everything out here you have no idea about. But expand. You see what I'm saying? Expand your mind, expand your knowledge, expand what you know. All right, y'all, that was my video on my takeaways from Shannon Sharpe's interview with Wallo. We need more people like this who are speaking out and speaking the truth. Just for our whole culture, it's really needed, because we see so many other examples. We need it. Can it at least be a balance? Like let's get it balanced out. I thoroughly enjoyed the video, and I did this for people who have a short attention span. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll probably do more of these. But yeah, have a good night.